Well, let's now get you all the developments in Delhi, and the election for the council that governs Delhi's powerful municipal body was called off for a day today after a 24-hour street fight that took place in its assembly that involved the BJP's mayoral candidate ripping off microphones during a clash with AAP members. You can see those scenes from today. Then there were scenes of clashes yesterday as well. And let's take you through what took place. Yesterday, you had the elections for the Delhi mayor finally taking place yesterday, and AAP's candidate was elected. However, after the election of the deputy chief minister, then you had the election for the members of the 6 members of the standing committee, which is a very powerful body in the MCD, and that is when a major ruckus and clashes were seen, and it was completely disrupted. Water was thrown. You saw the mayoral candidate of the BJP is actually moving there and picking up the podium, pushing it, snatching a mic and chucking that as well. And it was adjourned last night. The councillors remained in the house all night. Then this morning again it was reconvened. It was again adjourned in a few minutes, reconvened again. But even then the protests continued, and finally it was called off for the day. Well, let's go across to Tanushri for more on this story. And Tanushri, so explain to our viewers what happened yesterday. Earlier you had the elections for the mayor and deputy mayor. But then when it came to the election for the 6 members of the standing council, there have been allegations and counter allegations, talk of, the mobile phones being used, the secret ballot, etc. Tell us what happened, and of course the events of today as well.
Well, Gargi, after 3 failed attempts and after Supreme Court's intervention, finally the mayor elections happened yesterday, where Aam Aadmi Party's candidate Shelly Oberoi emerged victorious. Now, there need to be another election for the deputy mayor, which that was also held peacefully. But then after that, there had to be a voting process for the standing committee. Now, standing committee of the MCD is the most important committee, is the most important wing of the MCD that decides the day-to-day functioning of the municipal corporation department in the national capital, how the workers are going to get their salaries, or where all the protests are happening, where all the resources are going to be allocated more. So all this comes under the standing committee of the MCD, and that is why it is a very, very important position to have. Now, there are 6 seats in the MCD. 2 are ensured for the BJP, 2 are ensured for the Aam Aadmi Party in a proportional voting. But the 2 seats which are left, those were up for grabs. Now, the standing committee's election process began, and according to the BJP councillors, the Aam Aadmi Party councillors had their mobile phones with them. But though the Aam Aadmi Party has clarified that according to the rules, the councillors can have the mobile phones, but they also only have to ensure that the mobile phones are on silent mode. But the BJP has been saying that this goes against the entire concept of secret ballot, and in fact the Aam Aadmi Party councillors have been taking pictures of the vote and sending it to Arvind Kejriwal, who is the Delhi chief minister, and the Aam Aadmi Party chief. So, as you rightly pointed out, there were allegations, and then there were counter allegations, and this went on for the entire night. Yesterday till all night there was a high decibel drama where there were verbal spats, verbal attacks, and not just verbal attacks, there were physical attacks as well. The Aam Aadmi Party councillors and the BJP councillors were at blow with each other. They were throwing bottles at each other. The microphone and the podium were ripped off. There were a lot of damage which was made inside the house, to which the mayor Shelly Oberoi now has said that CCTV footage will be checked, and all those who have caused any kind of damage inside the house, strict action will be taken against them. So this is how the entire night went on. There was no the Delhi mayor elections and the deputy mayor were selected, but there were no standing committee election which could take place. Now, this morning the proceedings of the house again started. Shelly Oberoi, the Aam Aadmi Party candidate, being the mayor of the house now, she was supervising the elections, but the ruckus again started between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. The BJP has been saying that Aam Aadmi Party is trying to conduct the election in an unconstitutional way. The Aam Aadmi Party is saying that we are doing everything by the book, by the rules, by the law, and that's why, due to a major ruckus on the entire keeping the mobile phones with you rules, the house was again adjourned till tomorrow 10 a.m. This is what has happened till now. But Gargi, clearly the worst sufferers of this remains to be the people of the national capital, and of course the MCD workers who have been waiting for the entire process to start, so that things which are being planned by the Delhi government to keep Delhi clean, those things can start to move at least. Back to you.
All right, Tanushri, thanks so much for taking us through, all these developments and this 24-hour kind of, issue that we've been seeing in the assembly, this street fight also overnight, the councillors remaining there, and this morning again there was ruckus. Well, to talk more about this, we're now joined by Aam Aadmi Party's Rekha Gupta, AAP spokesperson, and Tina Sharma of the BJP. Tina Sharma, first to you, have you seen the visuals of your mayoral candidate yesterday in the House? The way she was ripping off the mics and throwing the podium. It was really shameful behavior, and the people of Delhi deserve better than this.
It was a kind of, the safeguard which they opted for, and there are visuals which will come in public very soon. They are available on the internet. We've seen the kind of ruckus Aam Party has, sort of done in the House, and then the defense was created this way by BJP municipal corporators. Now, what has happened? That reason behind it, what made Aam Party to start this ruckus? Because they initiated, and then BJP had to somewhere draw defense mode. So, what has inspired them to do so? Because there's some of the municipal corporators have voted, unknowingly, or I would say that was not in the notice of Arvind Kejriwal and the top leaders. They voted for BJP because BJP got extra votes from Aam Party people. They're not happy with the party. The municipal corporators who have voted for the party, for BJP, are not happy with Aam Party, and that's how they started this ruckus. The whole thing would come in, the social media and the media, and people of Delhi will decide who did what in the House. And it's not for the first time they've done this.
All right.
And they've also allowed mobile phones, which was not
I understand there have been allegations and counter allegations, but how do you defend this behavior? Just take a look. We're playing that Rekha Gupta. They're pushing the podium, pulling the mic, just on a rampage on the stage over there, and it's absolutely shameful. Rekha Gupta, your response to what Tina Sharma said?
Gargi, let's look at the chronology of events. For 15 years, Bharatiya Janata Party looted the MCD of Delhi. They made it bankrupt. They converted Delhi into a Kude ka Pahad. They knew very well that the people of Delhi are tired of Bharatiya Janata Party, and Bharatiya Janata Party will be thrown out in the elections. So they tried their level best, delimitation, postponing the elections, unification of the 3 MCDs. They tried everything in their dirty playbook. When all of that did not succeed, and the people of Delhi gave a very clear mandate to Aam Aadmi Party, even after that, for the last 2.5 months, they have been trying their best not to let the elections of the mayor and the deputy mayor happen. Only after the Supreme Court gave them a tight slap on their faces and said, this cannot be allowed to happen in the capital of the country. The election should happen in the next 24 hours. All the 3, the mayor, deputy mayor, the standing committee, should all happen in one day. Only then the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, who is working as an agent of Bharatiya Janata Party, allowed this to happen. And yesterday, very nicely, the mayor and the deputy mayor elections happened. We won clearly. After that, I don't know what happened to Bharatiya Janata Party. They started creating a ruckus. Half the votes had been also polled for the standing committee, and suddenly they started saying, no, zero se shuru kariye. It's like, Gargi, you and I going to a polling booth, and the 50 of us cast our polls, and then suddenly Bharatiya Janata Party comes and says, no, everybody who's cast their votes are going to be null and void, and we'll start again from zero. Why? Like, every day you look at the act, they don't want to follow the act, they don't want to follow any rules. They don't recognize the constitution. They don't recognize the Supreme Court. I don't know what is wrong with Bharatiya Janata Party. They should just accept defeat. Gargi, this is how democracy functions. You lose some elections, respect the mandate of people, respect the mandate of the people of Delhi, allow us to make Delhi into a better city. For God's sake.
Right, Reena Gupta, what about these allegations of, the mobile phone and there's also that BJP claiming that AAP feared cross-voting, that even during the mayor elections that they got more votes than their numbers in the House, and that is one of the reasons or the fear that the AAP has, and, it wants all 6 members of AAP to be in that standing committee.
For the last 2.5 months, Gargi, they have been trying to buy our councillors. They have been trying to do an Operation Lotus. Had it been the Congress in Delhi, by now, BJP would have bought enough councillors and they would have formed the mayor and the deputy mayor. But I am sorry to tell Bharatiya Janata Party that none of our councillors are up for sale. We are all soldiers of Arvind Kejriwal. None of us are out in the market for sale. So please respect the mandate. There is nowhere in the act does it say that cell phones are not allowed. And that this was the case from the beginning. When all the elections were happening for the mayor and the deputy mayor, why did they not bring up this issue of cell phones were not being allowed? Cell phones were allowed and all the elections were happening peacefully. Suddenly they realized
and the reason for wanting the cell phones is so that the councillors can take a picture of their vote and send it to the top bosses, to Arvind Kejriwal, because of these fears of the cross-voting.
Yes, absolutely.
No
You're right,
Gargi. We had
cross-voting has happened. It has happened.
We got 150 votes. What Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to say is that, look, we are trying to buy AAP councillors and we are trying to bribe them.
No one is trying to buy, madam. We are not.
Side. Why else
right, Tina Sharma, the BJP did say before the election that there might be a surprise, which was some sort of indication that there would be cross-voting. So how is this cross-voting taking place if not, as AAP is saying, there are attempts to put pressure or to buy certain councillors?
Gargi, two specific points I would like to put it here. First, Nina said that, we were trying to have one MCD. We all remember that your last MCD mayor was Rajni Abhi, the unified MCD mayor was Rajni Abhi. And later, when Sheila Dikshit has divided MCD into 3 parts, we faced a lot of cash crunch or the financial crunches in 2 MCDs leaving apart the South MCD.
All your councillors were corrupt.
Excuse me, madam, let me speak.
Let her speak.
Your own MP said to keep quiet.
Why, Tina Sharma, if you can just allow her to speak, please.
On the television?
Yes, go ahead, Tina Sharma, go ahead.
You can't get hold of your municipal corporators. You can't get hold of them, and we got extra voting than they expected. So this is very clear that, Aam Party Aam Party municipal corporators are not happy with Arvind Kejriwal and their own government and people. So don't take out your frustration on national television, and unified MCD is the right thing to do. But
Tina Sharma, we just have to have these elections. Let it just take place. What is the problem? Why can't you just allow it to take place and continue? And then again you will face the Aam Aadmi Party in the election field. Right now they won the election. Let it all happen and let Delhi get a functioning MCD.
We all know there's a social media, rumors that Arvind Kejriwal never wanted this election to happen peacefully because they wanted to show BJP in bad light, and that they, they tried all tactics.
There are videos of Rekha Gupta running away with the ballot box. There are videos of our councillors breaking the mic. Come on, in this day and age of social media, it's all out in the public domain. How can you sit on national
there are municipal corporators, there are Aam Party municipal corporators also, there in the video who have started this, and Rekha Gupta and other people have started this in defense.
There is not a single video of anybody. There are videos of Rekha Gupta running away with the ballot box, breaking the mic, pushing the podium.
Let court decide on this matter, Reena.
That is exactly what you want. That you want us to again go back to the court. Tariq pe tariq pe tariq. You don't want the people of Delhi to actually have a government in the MCD.
Right,
Because you're
Tina
hoping that
Sharma,
you'll
what would you
continue-
say to that? That you talk about democracy and let the democratic practices take place. However, here you have an election that has been won
But
by the AAP. Yes,
Gargi,
after 15
how
years, the BJP has
democratic
lost
is to
control.
carry mobile
But
phones?
why not allow? Because of the fear that some councillors could be bought. Perhaps that's what is being alleged,
Could
that
be
some
bought?
councillors could have been bought. And who is buying the councillors? Let's talk
Anti-defection
about
law.
that also. That's another worry when it comes to us, in the media talking about the democratic processes. There is this reality of people from parties buying people from other parties. So that is another fear that is there, and that perhaps is leading to this sort of a situation where the Aam Aadmi Party is wanting photographs to be taken by their
Gargi,
councillors.
Gargi, no one is buying. There's no anti-defection law in the municipal corporation that we all know. Nina is trying to hide
Buying
something
for
which is there
cross-voting,
up there in the...
because it is a secret ballot.
There's a cross-voting because there's a dissatisfaction in municipal corporations.
Okay, so you maintain it that the cross-voting is possibly happening because already there's some sense of dissatisfaction among the AAP councillors.
For the mayoral... For the
Gargi,
mayoral
can I get 10
candidate, Aam Party people are not happy. Please, Nina, let me speak. And why they're not happy for the unified MCD? Why they're not happy? They should be happy.
All right, I'm out of time. Reena Gupta, your quick response to that.
Gargi,
let's
not kid ourselves.
Please.
Let's not kid ourselves. Both you and I know there is only one party that buys MLAs and councillors, and that is Bharatiya Janata Party. But I want to tell through your channel to Bharatiya Janata Party that you cannot buy a single councillor. You have been trying for 2.5 months. You've not succeeded. You're not going to succeed. Please accept the mandate of people of Delhi. Please allow the MCD to function. Please let us have a mayor, a deputy mayor, a standing committee. As a citizen of Delhi, as a mother living in Delhi, I am very angry that you're not allowing this MCD to function.
All right, we'll have to leave it there for the moment. The MCD has been adjourned for a day, and they'll reconvene tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow we'll finally get that standing council, the members elected, and then the MCD can get on with the job and fulfilling those promises that it's made to Delhi of a cleaner Delhi, a better Delhi. And so that is the hope. There you can see scenes from earlier this morning when the mayor was trying to call order in the House.